And Nicole, the title of your chapter is The Power Struggle, and it's who has power over you. Is that what it is? Can you tell us or explain that a little bit more to us?
Sure. So I title my book The Power Struggle, and I ask the question, who has the power over you? Because in every area of our life, and I tempered it down specifically in entrepreneurship, but we all have an internal compass, and sometimes we give away the power of the decision making in that compass. Like, you know, my boss is treating me unfairly, but I won't say anything because I need my paycheck, right? You're giving away your power. You have the power to decide, like I did, and like many people in this room did, to say, you know what, you're not treating me fairly. I'm going to call you on it. If you tell me to leave, then deuces, I'm gone, and I'm going to make my own thing. I'm going to make my own way, and I'm going to keep my power.
And I remember when I first broke away from having a boss and all that sort of thing, my main concern was health insurance. And so it's like I had to get that. I had 4 kids and I had to take care of that. And once I did the research, I found out I can get better health insurance on my own than I had through work. In leaving, and I know there were some of the different stories through the book and how people walked away or left or you know, realized I'm not going to do this anymore. It was so empowering to go in there and say, you know what, I'm done. He said, what do you mean? I said, I don't want to work here anymore. It was great. And so realizing that was it. So what was being held over me was the insurance issue and having that sort of thing. But for some other people, there's a lot of fear in becoming an entrepreneur and not having that structure. How do you really just get up the courage to realize that, hey, I don't want to be in this position anymore and take that leap?
Well, you know what? It's funny that you said that because the first power struggle that I wrote about was the power struggle of you versus your responsibilities. My 3 children and my husband are in this room with us. My husband got laid off nearly 4 years ago. And so that was a big power struggle for me. I had a very good job at one of the most prestigious accounting firms in the world, but it was just my time to soar. And what I had to make peace with, this is where the courage comes from. What you have to make peace with is that, yes, it's going to hurt. Yes, you are going to miss some bills. Yes, you are going to have to figure some things. You're going to have to figure out health insurance like we did for my family. You're going to have to figure out ComEd. You're going to have to figure out inventory. You're going to have to figure a lot of things out. But where my courage source consistently comes from, as a matter of fact, I have a blog also called Nicole'sCourage.com, named by my daughter. And it came from my courage source was, okay, I have all of these responsibilities. I have all these people in my ear afraid for me. I had to reject their fear. I had to give it back to them and say, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I'm good. And then you have other people who are kind of like bullies, or sometimes they're even your bill collectors. All these things that are trying to force you to stay inside that box. And I had to go back to me. When I'm 85, praise God that I get to be there. And I'm laying on my deathbed. Do I want to have these regrets of not living the life that God gave us every single day? He gave us a purpose. He gave us something to execute. He gave us something to do. Did I want to look back at my life and say, I didn't do that because I was afraid I wouldn't meet a bill? And I have missed bills. Me and Julie on Facebook came up with like this thing like rock bottom is the new sexy. We were just going back and forth, but guess what? We're still here, and matter of fact, I'm 3 million times better than I was a year ago.
And the one beautiful thing about bills is they'll just send you another one. I mean,
well, but you know what? And then you'll get to the place where, because, let me tell you something, to switch from having a job to being an entrepreneur, the biggest thing you're going to have to overcome is your mental, like what you think about how you generate money. And once you get to the place where you understand, okay, wait, I need to take this money and flip it, investing in a down economy actually makes sense now, because if I put in $1 for certain products, I can get out 4 for my 1 that I put in. So then when you really start to understand it, because you have to, because you need that in order to meet your bills, at some point, the money that you come in will actually meet your bills. And then because you've been investing, right, it's going to be growing, then it's going to exceed it, baby. This is just a season. It's just a season of pain. But it's worth it. It's the most beautiful pain I have ever experienced in my life.
And I tell you what, I'd like to just close with as a father of 2 daughters, my hope is to just raise strong women like we've met today and we're going to meet later on today. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. Can I say one more thing? Okay, so I wanted to say I am the owner of Snack Sweets. That is my company that has been my company for a while, but just, we went through the thing of like actually having the product. Do I have the gumption? Can I get through this to actually deliver the product? So it's the pies that were in the tins. People love them. We are launching. I do love to support fundraisers. I do a 20 to 25% gifting to people who fundraise with my product, and we love to sponsor events. So if anybody has anything going, please reach out to me to work with me and let me, allow me the opportunity to service you.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, Nicole, I'm so glad that you started talking about saving money and investing and that sort of thing, because I like a lot of times we forget about that when we're